Come on in the room. Happy Friday, everybody. I said I was going to come back and do a video for domestic violence, and I'm back. I'm back. So, last week we talked about getting to the root of where your domestic violence started. Like, where did it start from? It just didn't start when you got married or in your adulthood, but it started somewhere. So now that we have gotten to the root, the next question is, what's your next step? Like, now that you have identified where your domestic started, what's your next step? What's your next step? Are you going to be stuck? Are you going to deal with it? You're going to let it go? What's your next step? What's next for you? My next step was counseling. I put myself through counseling. I put myself through women's support groups. There's one in Indianapolis. If you're in an Indianapolis area, there's a support group. It's called Total Restoration, and it's at Mount Zion Apostolic Church. I believe they meet on Tuesdays, and it's a great support group. It's confidentiality. But what's your next step? What's next for you? Do you stay stuck? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to deal with the problem? You're going to let the problem go? Hopefully that it would work itself out? No, it's not going to work itself out. You got to do your homework. You got to do the exercise. What are you going to do to get you better? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to make sure that you're healthy, that you're in your right mind, that you can deal with your kids, that you can deal with life? Because if you don't deal with it, it's going to find a way to deal with you. So the question would be, what are you going to do? Mine was, as I said earlier, it's counseling, women's support group, and also the biggest thing was, because I was violated by my family members, I stopped dealing with my family. No, I don't have to deal with you. I don't care if you are my uncle. I don't care if you are my cousin. I do not have to deal with your shenanigans. Because you sick does not mean I have to be sick with you. And it's okay to break up with the family. Divorce the family. If that's what's going to get you well, and if that's going to get you the help that you need, yes, break up with your family. Divorce your family. It's okay to divorce your family. Divorce them. Because if you don't stop it, and if you have kids, the cycle keeps going. It's going to go to your kids, then their kids. Break that generational curse. What's your next step? Now that you have identified what your problem is, what's your next step? What's next for you? Yes, Vivian, I am going to do my book. I do see you. I'm going to finish this book because I believe my book can help a lot of people. A lot of people. Don't get me wrong with this when I say this. But, and I know a lot of people are like, well, I can just go talk to my pastor. But the pastor is not equipped to help you mentally with that abuse. You need some stronger help. You do. Don't get me wrong. I'm down for praying. I'm a God-fearing woman. But I needed some stronger help. I needed a bigger solution. So what is your next step? What are you going to do to get you whole? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it so your kids will be healthy? Your grandkids will be healthy. So your generation will be healthy. The next generation coming behind you. What are you going to do? What is your next step? Find your next step. Figure it out. Get some help. And we'll talk about it in a couple more days. But don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to go get some help. And I know in the African American community, we're taught that we don't go to counseling. Yes, we need counseling, because that's why the generational curse just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, because we don't deal with the issue. Let's deal with the issue. Go get you some help. Domestic violence sucks. I love you guys. Have a great weekend.